What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is AJTee here, and today I'm going to be showing you my top 10 favorite anime of all time. These are just some of my favorite shows that I think everyone should watch. And well, to start this off on a terrible note, I decided to use the number 10 spot as the only shonen spot on the list. And well, this would have to be Dragon Ball Z, because this anime in particular is going to be my all-time nostalgia boner. Because it was one of my first anime of all time, and without Dragon Ball Z, I would have never gotten into the medium in the first place. Well, here we have an obvious choice for most people to have on the list. Anohana was such a good emotion-based show. I wish I had more time to enjoy the beautiful story, but sadly it was only 11 episodes. One issue that I had with the show was how some of the characters were not as likable as the others, which made it a little harder to connect with them emotionally. However, it holds a special place in my heart, considering this show is one of my most recent watches. Taking me back to my early days as an anime fan, I would have to say that School Rumble would have to be one of my favorites along the lines of comedy, with some of the funniest characters I've ever seen in the show. But whenever I remember or rewatch School Rumble, I cannot help but go back in time and feel the same way that I did when I first watched the show. And this is going to have to take the cake for being the most recent anime to ever be featured on my favorite list, but with an outstanding soundtrack, great character development, and an overall great story and plot, it would be hard for me to leave it out of here. Not to mention that the show exceeded my expectations in every possible way, fighting against the obvious shonen route that it could have taken to give us something new, and something that I haven't seen in a while. So for those of you who have watched my review on Little Busters, you know how much this show really means to me. And from all the aspects that the show had to offer, from its music to its comedy to its drama, the show took a special place in my heart, and well, that's why it's on the list. As one of the first series to ever send me on a psychological field trip, just trying to understand what the fuck the main character was saying, this is my favorite as far as premise goes because time travel and theoretical physics was far up my alley. Not to mention that it orchestrates itself really well. So here you have yet another work from Key, and as far as a 13 episode anime, this was by far my most loved. Not to mention that this alone is probably my most rewatched show, but Angel Beats is just a show that I have to say emotionally drew me into its world with its powerful moments and memorable quotes. This one includes all of the productions from Kyoto Annie, that is the first and second season, as well as the disappearance of Haruhi movie. And well, this anime is, well, the definition of anime for me. Whenever I picture the essence of anime, I don't picture the obvious fanboy shonens, I picture the melancholy. Why? Because how it captured me. And this is not my first nor last time saying this. This anime captivated me. It immersed me into the world of Haruhi, the witty and charming characters that I grew to love, the theme of the show that was mesmerizing, and the events that kept me enthralled. All of these factors easily overcame the 8 episodes of torment for me. Yeah, I got nothing to say here, just watch the review. And now would be a good time to show you some of the honorable mentions who were really close to being on the list. And here we have my favorite anime of all time, Clannad and its second season, Clannad After Story. And well, here's where things get a little rough, because no matter how much I say, no matter how much I write, no matter how much I speak from the heart, words are never enough and will never be enough to describe just how the show made me feel. And when I find the few people who speak badly about the show, I can't be upset because I just feel sorry that they could not experience the same levels of happiness, sadness, and overall enjoyment that I got from watching this anime. And that's why this is my number one, because no matter who begs to differ, I believe Clannad is an emotional masterpiece that got me to feel a certain way, and there comes a point in time when the phrase "it's just an anime" can no longer apply, and I wish I could speak more, but then I would end up going on a tangent, and I'm going to save the rest for a potential future video. And well, there you have it, my top 10 favorite animes of all time, and I really wished I could have spoken more in depth on many of the shows featured, but with these types of videos, I have to keep up the pace. And well, that's probably the reason why this may be my only top 10 anime list ever. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing my take on these shows, and leave a comment of your favorite show or shows. And well, this has been me, AJTee, so sayonara, and until next time, stay sexy.